about that double overtime game in Philly. All right, we had Chicago Bulls, class of '96. We had the Chicago Bulls against the red hot 76ers on an 8-game winning streak, and it went to double OT.
Man,
Bulls won the game 109, 105. So we're going to just talk about our reaction to that game. So Tom, I'll kick us off. Talk to me about that game yesterday.
I told you, man. I told you when we was talking about a few episodes back. If you ain't seen it, go check it out on the YouTube page at Refuse to Lose. Look, we talked about who's gonna get that 10th seed and the battle for the 10th seed. And I said, look, man, I'm a diehard Wizards fan. We had the 10th seed at the time, but I said the team the most be worried about is the Chicago Bulls. And most people was probably like, why? I was like, well, you got mid-range DeRozan. The team now loves Zach LaVine again. And Patrick Beverly. Like Patrick Beverly is the secret sauce. Like he came in. He's not. I mean, his numbers with the Lakers is kind of similar to what he got with the Bulls, but it's just like he's from Chicago, so he's like bringing that home hero back there, and he's bringing that tough grit, like veteranism. That Patrick Beverly trade kind of reminds me of like when Paul Pierce ended up with the Wizards. Like they just needed that solid vet to be like, look, man, this is how you go out here and win games. He may not get you 30 points a game. He may not get you 8 points a game. He might get you 5 steals and 5 rebounds. And that's what sometimes the Bulls need. And they showed that yesterday when they went up against one of the best teams in the East. They've been on a run right now, but their last 5 games, they 4-1. Right now, they're holding on the 10th seed. The Raptors need to look out. The Hawks need to look out because they can come for the 9th or the 8th seed. They're not even worried about the play-in no more. They out here making quotes like, look, we got a bigger goal in mind. You know what I mean? That's from DeMar DeRozan. So that game yesterday just proved more facts to me of why they should actually be a playoff team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we're going to kind of agree on this one. So, like, first, before I get to the Bulls, let me start with the 76ers. So, you can't win every game, all right? So, if you are, shout out to J-Mo, 76ers fan. If you are a fan, don't be upset about that game. First of all, they just came off a 3-game road trip. Going home, they played the Bulls yesterday. Then they go back on the road on Wednesday to start off another 4-game road trip. So sometimes when you come off a road trip and you come back home, you kind of get lackadaisical and stuff like that. So I get it. It was double OT game, and B got fouled out in the fourth quarter. And B still did his thing, had 37, 16 rebounds, 3 blocks. But if you're a Sixers fan, that's what you should be worried about. James Harden. All right? James Harden didn't look good yesterday. Didn't look good. I know Doc Rivers in the press conference said it's his foot, his left foot. We all know he was out for over a month with his right foot. So that left foot, he did miss a game last week on that left foot, but he said it was some discomfort in that foot. James Harden probably had his one, like if not his worst game of his career, one of the worst. Tomo, this dude had 5 points. Guess how many turnovers he had yesterday?
Russell Westbrook numbers?
5. He had the same amount of turnovers as he had points. He was 2 for 14 from the field, shot 14%, 0 for 6 from 3, which is 0%. I think we all can count with that one. All right? He got to the line 0 times. That's one thing about James Harden. One thing about James Harden you can count on, he's going to get to the line. He didn't get to the line at one time, but Joe, he shot 1 free throw. That was because it was a foul away from the player, a free throw because Pat Bev did, and James Harden went to the free throw line, hit the free throw. Outside of that, he did not go to the line at all. So he wasn't aggressive at all. He looked very timid. He held the ball too long. They got a lot of late shots at the end of the shot clock because of James Harden. So he played terrible yesterday, but they still lost in double OT. So, like I said, he already missed a month. So that's concerning in the playoffs because this Sixers team, now we know Joel Embiid going to do his thing, but they need James Harden to be James Harden if they're going to make it far in the playoffs. So that's going to be concerning. Now, the Bulls, I agree with you. We both kind of said the same thing, I think. I know when Pat Bev first got traded, I said that would help them. I said that he's going to bring energy that they needed. They lack energy this whole season. Pat Bev's going to bring that energy. He's not going to fill up your box score, but he's going to ignite fire into your huddle. And since the All-Star break, man, they've been balling. All right, let me tell you the best team since the All-Star break. The best team, like the Bean, 11-3. The second best team, the Bucks, 10-3. Sixers, 10-4. Knicks, 9-4. Bulls, 8-4. Everybody else got at least 5 losses. So the Bulls has been the 5th best team in the league since the All-Star break, since acquiring Patrick Beverly. since acquiring Patrick Beverly, now we all know defensively they upped their intensity. They were already a good defensive team, but it became much better with Patrick Beverly.
Yes, sir.
And even offensively, they're playing better. They're second in field goal percentage behind the Kings, like the Bean, right? Shooting 50.5%. And they're fifth in 3-point percent shooting. Number one is the Kings, like the Bean, right? But the Bulls are balling. So I like what I see from both teams. I think that I said it back then. I've said it now. We did our order. I had the Bulls being that best team out of the four we talked about, and I had the Bulls making the playoffs. So I still believe that to this day, and we'll see.
Look, man, Jerry said it. I don't gotta say it. You can see the comment right there.
Man.
Like, look, I'm gonna just leave that alone. But like you said, now the Bulls have always been known for their defensive tenacity, like you said. But that spark, sometimes you just need that spark.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I remember when I said it on the show, I was like, the Wizards and the Bulls and the Pacers, if you take the names away and you just go play basketball, they all are the same team. You put a Patrick Beverly on this Wizards team, we might be saying the same thing. Like they just missing a little bit of spark off the bench.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably what Rui was, but we'll see what happens in the offseason.
Rui need to be a spark for the Lakers.
hey, somebody needs a spark. Somebody need to be a spark for AD. That's what it is. The Lakers is good. The new acquisitions. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all at the next episode.